एबे आमे आपन को सीधा सड़क ले जाउछु बीजेडी रो प्रेस मीट को कहीं ना आपण जानि छन जे निर्वाचन कमिशन को आज बीजेडी संसदीय टीम भेटिथिले अमर पटनायक को सीधा सड़क सुनंतु भेटिला परे प्रतिक्रिया
And then form 20 is filled up by the returning officer while counting. What we found is, there are some illustrations that we have given here from the data that was already available to the party and to some of their candidates. Data across all the 38,000 odd booths in the state was not available to us. Now what we have found, and is given in this petition, a copy of which will probably be shared with you in annexure, is that in one booth, for example, booth number 57 of 84 Fulbani Scheduled Tribe ACE, under Kandhamal PC parliamentary constituency, this difference is 682 in one booth. In booth number 165 and booth number 219 of Talsara AC under Sundargarh PC, this difference is 660 and 784. I can go on, but you can see it in the annexure. We'll share it with you. These are just some of the illustrations based on the data that we had. So in order to make a kind of pan-state analysis, our candidates, in some cases, are representatives of the party, made representations to the returning officers to furnish them copy of the Form 17C Part 1 and 2 because they had not collected it at that time. We have also furnished this information to the Election Commission that we were deprived, we were not furnished the data as yet. That is, Form 17C Part 1 would indicate the number of people who have polled, who have reached the booth for polling, and 17C Part 2 would indicate the number of votes that was counted. Now, this variation raises questions about the integrity of the whole process. How is this possible? Especially when EVMs are used, we expected that these discrepancies would probably lessen or would probably not be there at all compared to the manual process when we were doing. But when these discrepancies are as high as 784 out of 600 and 660, you see in a polling booth, the number of people who vote is probably 1,000. Now, if there is such a huge difference, then it raises alarms, and that is what we have done today. The discrepancy in the cases at single booth level, if it is aggregated for all the booths in a constituency, it could probably impact the result or influence the final result of the constituency. Why we couldn't do it? Because we don't have the data, and that is why we had asked the Election Commission, the returning officers. Most of the returning officers refer to this Chief Electoral Officer for clarification. We have indicated this to the Election Commission of India also today, requesting to give an instruction to share this data with the people, with our people who have applied certified copies of the same, because it's a serious issue. And under Rule 93.2, which is what we indicated today to the Election Commission as well, of the conduct of election rules, this data should be available, or these papers, 17C Part 1 and Part 2, should be available to anyone from the public on payment of a fee. And when our candidates have also applied, it is actually almost serious if it is not furnished to us. The second issue that we have mentioned in the petition today is relating to the number of people who have voted. You see, Odisha had seen simultaneous elections in 2004, 2009, 2014, 2019, and this year, 2024. We made an analysis of the difference in the votes poll as indicated by the Election Commission from time to time till the closure of the polls, and the number of votes that were finally counted. Earlier, during all these years, this difference used to be maximum of 2%, 0 to 2%. But what we see, this is the first time in the history of Odisha elections. First time in the history of Odisha elections, and perhaps also in the country, that the reported voting percentage
ये आपण शुणुले बीजेडी सांसद अमर पट्टनायक को निर्वाचन कमिशन को भेटा पर ये प्रेसमिट जे फुलबाणी किसी बूथ पोलसरा कथा कहते जो बूथ रे सबकि ठीक ना कि कैंडिडेट को ये जीति ना जानी शुणी हरा जाइए सबू डाटा निकट अच्छी जहाँ से निर्वाचन कमिशन को देते ये मात्र 2टी किंतु अनेक बूथ रे एभली होइछि बोली अमर पट्टनायक कहवा कथा किंतु सबुठु बड़ प्रश्न उठिबो जे निर्वाचन 6 मास पर कहीं एपर्यंत बीजेडी कहीं चुप थिला ना डाटा कौन 6 मास पर बीजेडी हस्तगत है कि एवं ये हूँ बड़ प्रश्न जे अमर पट्टनायक बा बीजेडी रो ये मूव कौन दर्शाऊची जे निर्वाचन 6 मास पर एभली सांघातिक अभियोग आनिबा जे सरकार पलटि जाइछि सत्ता पलटि जाइछि सत्तार ओलटफेर परे ये बड़ जो प्रश्न उठाउछि बीजेडी निर्वाचन परिचालना को नहीं 2024 रे उभय लोकसभा और विधानसभा रे ये मध्य अनेक को आश्चर्यचकित करुछि जे 6 मास हेलानी बीजेडी चुप काहेकि थिला जेतेबेले सज सज बीजेडी हाथरू सत्ता भार जाई बीजेपी हाथ में पहुंची से बीजेडी कहीं सब डाटा को उपस्थापन करनथिला से बीजेडी कहीं निर्वाचन कमिशन को भेटी नथिला से बीजेडी कहीं स्वर उत्तोलन करनथिला किंतु एबे कहीं 6 मास पर एमती कौन पागजोग बिगिड़िला जे बाध्य होई बीजेडी एभली कला कहीं ना जदि कौनसी पार्टी को जानी हरा जाइछि ताल तो से पार्टी आदौ चुप बसवा कथा नुहे किंतु बीजेडी से नहीं चुप हेले एबे एभली गर्जिबार अर्थ कौन या प्रतिक्रिया नबू निश्चित रूपे भाजपा